Hello aspirants and welcome again to Legacy IS Academy. In this lecture, we are going to dissect the two regions or the two camps that were targeted by India under Operation Sindoor. So as we all know that under Operation Sindoor, there were 9 regions or 9 areas, 9 locations that India precisely targeted. Now all of them were actually terrorist organization headquarters or camps from where the terrorists came up, from where the terrorists took their training as well. So we'll be discussing two such locations over here. Now there have been responses by Pakistan that no, there were no terror camps, nothing like that. But we will see, taking these two as examples, how and why they were actually terrorist organization camps and headquarters. In fact, the Pakistani terrorists themselves have previously told us. So let us get started with this interesting lecture. So the two that you see in the picture over here is Markaz Subhanallah, that is of Jaish-e-Mohammed, and the other Markaz Tayyibah, that is of Lashkar-e-Tayyibah. So these are the two locations of our lecture this time. So what is the news all about? So the 9 targets inside Pakistan and the Pakistan occupied Kashmir that India attacked, it is not just randomly selected 9 targets, but under Operation Sindoor, it has substantial symbolic value for India's war on terror. And remember, we did not start the war against Pakistan. This was just a counter-terrorism measure that we were taking. It was Pakistan who subsequently attacked civilians in India and tried to attack our military bases and hence waged the war against India. All we were and we are simply doing is the counter-terrorism measures that we are taking. I hope that's absolutely clear. These were the 9 targets of the Operation Sindoor. So what was that? One, Markaz Subhanallah of Bhawalpur, which is of Jaish-e-Mohammed. JEM means Jaish-e-Mohammed. Then the second in question would be the Markaz Tayyibah in Muridke, that is of Lashkar-e-Tayyibah. The others also, if you see, are of Jaish-e-Mohammed, Hizbul Mujahideen, Lashkar-e-Tayyibah. Jaish-e-Mohammed, Hizbul Mujahideen, Lashkar-e-Tayyibah, and Jaish-e-Mohammed. So Jaish-e-Mohammed, Hizbul Mujahideen, Lashkar-e-Tayyibah, all these 3 are terror outfits, are terror organization, are terrorist organizations, and we attacked under Operation Sindoor all the terrorist outfits and terrorist outfits alone, nothing else but terrorist outfits. Let's move ahead. So 2 of them that we will be talking about on the radar of Indian security, they were not on the radar only after the Pahalgam terrorist attack. No, it was under the radar of India since a long time. We'll see the details of that. So what are the 2? The Muridke, which is the headquarters of Lashkar-e-Tayyibah, and the Bahawalpur base of Jaish-e-Mohammed. So one is a base of Jaish-e-Mohammed, the other is directly the headquarter of Lashkar-e-Tayyibah. So starting first with Markaz Tayyibah Muridke. Now what does the word Markaz mean? Markaz means center. Tayyibah means pure. So basically Markaz Tayyibah, the name that they give are so full of purity and everything, but the thing that they do is completely opposite. So the name, but you should still know what it means. It means the center of purity is what is the meaning of Markaz Tayyibah, which was in Muridke. So if you see that it got noticed by India, Markaz Tayyibah got noticed by India, that is the Tayyibah center or the purity center, got noticed by India in 2000 as the headquarters of Markaz-e-Dawa wal-Irshad, which was nothing but the parent organization of Lashkar-e-Tayyibah. So we noticed it in the year 2000. This is the flag of Lashkar-e-Tayyibah. Now what they'll do is, this is the kalma that is written. So this is the kalma which says La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah is what is written on their flag, under which this is a sword and then this another symbolism. So this is their entire flag. So they are saying that they are waging war in the name of religion, and hence in certain terrorist organizations, in their flag you will find the kalma written. They are basically disobeying, dishonoring in fact the word of Islam as well, but this is what their modus operandi is, in order to gather people in the name of religion and then do terrorist activities, as we have seen. Moving ahead, so basically it was the command and control center. The area that was attacked was a command and control center. Apart from that, it also acted as a recruitment and a training center, as well as a school of indoctrination. School of indoctrination means where basically people are taught the doctrine, taught. In fact, if you just twist it, or say or tell things or teach things to the people in your own biased way, you can actually brainwash them. So basically, these were centers where brainwashing was happening, which was giving rise to terrorists who were then going on and attacking India. So this was the training center. The campus housed schools, mosques, medical facilities and resident quarters. Now of course these things are there, which was there. Now it should not be like, okay, there is medical facility, then India attacked the medical facility. No, it is just a part of that entire region, entire area. So it housed all these things also. This was the breeding ground of terrorists. Of course, so wherever terrorists would live, they will have kitchen also. So that kitchen will also be attacked. That does not mean we propagate saying that India attacked kitchen. No, India did not. India simply attacked a region, a place, an infrastructure where terrorists were there and terrorists were being built and produced in quantity, in huge numbers. That is what we attack. Of course it is going to have kitchen, of course it is going to have probably washrooms, of course it is going to have medical facility, etc. But at the end of the day, these were what? These were terrorist camps that we have attacked. Moving ahead, not just that, these terrorists, this particular camp that we are talking about, it represented the most heinous of terror attacks that were directed on India. And what was that? The suicide attack in Kashmir during the Kargil war and the 26/11 attack in Mumbai. So the pictures you can see that of Ajmal Kasab and then David. So here his name is David, however this is his changed name that we are talking about. He was basically the recruiter. He was the mastermind behind 26/11 attack, and this was one of the person who carried it out. Now, even then, India gave a free and fair trial to this terrorist as well. That is the kind of a country or democracy we are, giving a fair and free trial even to a terrorist. And he himself has mentioned that yes, we were trained over here. So as I was saying in the beginning of the lecture that we will give evidence, you will understand about the evidence that how these were terrorist organizations. So this is the evidence wherein the terrorists themselves have said that we have got training from Muridke in Pakistan. In Pakistan occupied Kashmir region, this is where the training etc. is happening. Moving ahead, talking about still the Markaz Tayyiba, it doesn't end over here. So Ajmal Kasab, the gunman in the 26th attack, David Headley, the scout. So scout basically scouts for who can become terrorist and carry on terrorist activities. That is what a scout does. So they admitted that they received training inside this particular facility. Not just that, the resistance front, the TRF, which is an offshoot of Lashkar-e-Tayyiba, which claimed responsibility for the Pahalgam terrorist attack, also is an outfit of what? Lashkar-e-Tayyiba, whose center this was. So this is not just the Pahalgam terrorist attack we are talking about. These are so many attacks before as well that we are talking about, as a result of which this was under a radar and we finally attacked it. Next, coming to the Markaz Subhanallah at Bawahalpur. Now here again in the spring of 2000, what happened? Afaq, a 17-year-old kid, was made as a suicide bomber and he blew up the explosive laden Maruti car. Maruti 800 car is what he blew up at the gate of 15 Corps headquarters in the city of Srinagar. And after that it didn't stop. Another similar attack took place at the same location, again in the Maruti car. So again, what camp is playing a role over here? Markaz Subhanallah is what is playing a role over here. Now this attack was carried out by Jaish-e-Mohammed, again a terror outfit which is there, which have been formed weeks earlier by Masood Azhar. So Masood Azhar was the one who founded this particular terrorist organization. Now this was not just involved over here, they were involved in one more thing, that is the Kandahar airplane hijack in December 1999. You can see the Indian Airlines was hijacked. So which organization was involved? It was the Jaish-e-Mohammed of Masood Azhar which was involved, and they hijacked and took the passengers of Indian Airlines aircraft as hostages, and in return demanded the release of certain terrorists. So that is what they had done. So these two locations are not just randomly selected. There is a lot of history, symbolism, value and importance as to why India selected the targets that it actually selected. So it was already on India's radar and it was just too much, and we have to retaliate in order to clean the region of terrorism from terrorism. Thank you.